How you doing, sir?
Everything's good. Yeah, we're up here training in the fall weather. Life is good.
And what is it like training in this weather right here for you?
It's great. I mean, the horses feel good. They kind of enjoy the brisk weather, and it's part of our yearly routine being up here in the fall training in Saratoga. So it's very nice.
As a kid, what was it like running around these shed rows?
It was the best. It was my playground. Learned a lot just being present as a kid in the barn. Learning from the grooms and the hot walkers and the assistants and everybody, and it was just part of my lifestyle growing up. So it's a pretty cool childhood for me.
And which one of the old timers took a liking to you back then? Who was a mentor for you?
I mean, one of my biggest mentors was our veterinarian for many years, who's now retired, Dr. Jim Prendergast. He was kind of like a grandfather figure to me, and he was, with us down in Florida in the winter time, and then he'd come up here to Saratoga with us in the springtime, and just, really, respectable guy, and a lot of wisdom, and probably one of the best who's ever done it. And I always had a lot of respect for Dr. Prendergast. He was a great mentor for me.
And you know your dad, right?
Yeah.
What was that like as a kid, being who he is?
You know, as a kid, he was always just dad to me. I think I was a little too young, early on to realize like everything that he had accomplished in the game. And, he came from really humble beginnings, and worked his, tail off, and earned everything he got. And, and he's never changed. He's always just been, a normal, down to earth guy. And, when I started working full time in the barn, we had a really good relationship, that father son, boss employee kind of thing going on. And it's pretty special to be able to work with him every day.
A lot of people refer to him as a horseman and not a trainer. What you think is the biggest difference between a horseman and a trainer?
I mean, he almost enjoys the training part and the development of the horses more than the racing. He says, he's come to a point in his career where he really enjoys that part of it. Just getting the horses in at an early stage in their lives, and developing them into the final product. And he really likes that part of it. Just being able to get inside a horse's mind, and figure out what they want to do, what they don't want to do. And just being hands-on is always something he was, all about. So, and I think the horses have responded to how he, lays out his program and everything. So it's been cool to watch. I've learned a lot from him.
And you got a favorite horse of all time?
All time, I mean, I was too young to really remember him. I'm a late 91 model, so I mean, Cigar, he was pretty special. He was 95, 96, so I was actually too young to really remember him. But he was pretty special to our family. And currently my favorite horse is Speaker's Corner. He's a a cool horse to be around, and I was around him from a young age, as a 2-year-old. And right now he's probably my man.
And what made you want to throw your hat in and get in the game?
Just I gained a passion for the horses, and the game of horse racing at a really young age. Just like I said, being in the barn really early as a kid, making relationships with people in the barn and on the racetrack, something I really enjoy. I like waking up early and working hard. And there's no better sport than horse racing. So I think just an accumulation of that just really sparked the fire for me. So it was never anything really else I wanted to do. It was always just, I'm going to be a horse trainer if I'm lucky enough to be one. And I'm approaching that goal at the moment, and couldn't see myself doing anything else.
And when you made the decision to go out on your own, right?
Yeah, about 3 weeks from now. So like November 1st, I'll be headed to Oaklawn Park with a string of horses, and just trying to do what my dad did, work hard from the ground up, and see where it takes you.
Why Oaklawn?
Well, the racing there is very strong. I've been there several times with horses to run, and I really enjoy the people there. They're very welcoming. And the town's it's a great little spot there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And my dad was there as a young trainer, and had a lot of success. And just a welcoming place to be, and I think a good place to start out my career.
And what kind of support did your dad give you when you said, you know what, I'm about to?
Very supportive. You know, obviously a little bittersweet because we work so well together, and it's a pretty special relationship we have. But I think he's known since I was a young kid that I've always wanted to train, and I think he's really excited for me. So hopefully, you know, we can continue to have a great working relationship together. I can lean on him for anything I ever need, and I'll definitely miss, you know, being in the Mott barn though.
And you know, how important is the men and women that wake up every day?
Without them, we're not here training, we're not racing. It's so pivotal to what we do. I mean, we're very fortunate. We've got a great crew of men and women, you know, up 7 days a week, you know, taking care of these horses, and they're a big reason to why we've had a lot of success. And I think every other trainer would say the same thing.
And you know, Codys Wish, right? That story is a special
I
one.
mean, it's kind of like a Disney movie, isn't it? I mean, you know, the horse was obviously named after, you know, young Cody, and you know, the rest is history. I mean, he chose the horse, you know, he named it, and he's won a Grade 1 at Saratoga, and we're on track to run him in the Breeders' Cup. So it's really special for everybody involved.
And, you know, what do you think about the real players, man, in this program?
I watch you guys all the time. I'm there. I'm seeing every interview you guys do. I think it's very cool to shed light on, you know, the backbone of our industry and all the different personalities involved. I think it's been great, and I hope you guys keep doing it.
Who under the shed row, like some of these old time horsemen? What made these guys so special?
I mean, hard work, dedication, attention to detail, and just a love for the horses. I think that's the main thing. You gotta love what you do. You gotta love the horses. Everything, you know, we owe to the horses. So without them, without the horses, without the people, none of this is possible.
And you know, what's your aspirations in this business, man? Where you see yourself in 5 years, man?
I hope I'm, you know, training and hopefully finding the winner circle a little bit, and you know, getting some of these nice horses like my dad is, and you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about you know, keeping the dream alive. You're always, you know, hoping for that one special horse, and all it takes is one horse to kind of move you up in your career a little bit, and you know, just keep ear to the grindstone, and you know, just keep trying to find that one.
Oh, man, thank you.
Thanks for having me.